So what's up? What's up?
How's
How
it
we
going,
doing?
Coach?
How we doing?
Good, good. Good to see you.
All right, it's great to see you. All
Good
right,
to see you.
you excited?
Yeah, I'm a little excited. Hell yeah.
All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it. So everyone, today, episode 6. What I wish I knew earlier is with Jesus Trejo, barber, local barber in the Coachella Valley. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Jesus.
Good morning. My name is Jesus Trejo. I manage a private club in Indio. I also own Coachella Valley Barber Supply. I also run a few barber battles throughout the valley, and I do some educating and some demos at the local schools as well.
Oh, most definitely. The barbers competing. That's something I was attended to, and it was pretty awesome. Never thought I would see those type of flame haircuts. I'll tell you that. So that's pretty cool. But let's get to it, man. If you could go back and talk to your younger self, what is one thing you wish you knew earlier?
Um, if I could go back, one thing I would tell my younger self is to do more things with intention, not just make decisions spur of the moment. Actually think through my actions with discipline and take care of myself more, trust myself more. But yeah, mostly the biggest one would be more have more intention behind every action that I do.
Do you recall that moment where you were like, man, I should have thought it through?
Probably the day I graduated.
Oh,
Probably the
okay.
day I graduated high school.
What
Yeah.
was that? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, the day I graduated high school, I realized, my GPA wasn't the best. I got into colleges, but they were all local community college, uh, or local state colleges that were giving their um, admitting local students anyway, residents anyway. So it wasn't really like I went to a dream school or I was excited about going to a dream university. So I probably realized then, like, man, I should have done things with a little bit more intent, a little bit more discipline, because easy. It was easy for me to give more effort, but it was a lot easier for me to not give any effort. So I
Yeah.
think it hit me literally the day I graduated. Like, wow.
Well, you'd be surprised that you still give effort being lazy. Like you still have a choice. Like I'm gonna stay in this couch.
Right,
You still put some energy into like I want to stay in this couch and be lazy.
right,
So yeah, being intentional. That's something that I believe we all go through
right.
in life. So that's a good one, man. I appreciate that. Second question: what has been a barber taught you about people?
So I've been a barber for 3 years, and I've had a lot of people sit in my chair. Yourself, a realtor. I've had some doctors. I've had some people from all walks of life. And then what it's taught me is we're all a lot more similar than we think. We all want the same things out of life, and that's what it's taught me about people. We all kind of just want some peace. We all want that big break. We all want to succeed, and we all want to have fun. And I think that's what it's taught me about people, that we're more similar, even though our walks of life and our paths of life are way different. We all have similar goals in mind, but just a different road that we're on. So that's what it's taught me.
So which is that's funny. Like you're technically a therapist without being a therapist, because right,
Yeah, yeah, it's
they
true.
disclose or share things with you. They come into a barber shop to get haircut. They walk out happier, right? They feel
Right.
better. So it's just going in like in a therapist. You vent. So you've been around different type of businesses or career path, like it's great to hear from me perspective that we all think alike. We all want the same thing, like peace, happiness, joy, right? We all want to live a great life, regardless of where you come from or where you're heading. So that's great to hear, man.
Yeah.
I mean, has any of those clients like surprised you in some way? Like, the way where they come from, like any of them has shocked you?
Um, I'd have to think a little bit about that one. Someone that has shocked me, uh, probably yourself. I mean, not to just because you're right in front of me, but really yourself. I came in with every client. I don't expect anything from them. I just expect them to enjoy their haircut because I am giving them the service so they could enjoy it. So I
Hmm.
don't expect anything from them. It's just giving them a service. So then when a client like yourself comes back and gives me something I could use or invests in me, kind of like with this podcast, kind of like with our battles. Your company has done great things for my battles and coming to give talks to barbers who otherwise wouldn't have been in a room where you are
Yeah.
without that battle. So I think that has shocked me. I know that it could work like that, but it's real hard to really say like, okay, I'm gonna get Roy, I'm gonna get a coach, and he's gonna come and talk at my battles. That didn't like those thoughts weren't in my mind when the day you said, hey, I need a haircut. So
Yeah.
that was like a shock, I guess you could say, to me, where somebody, clients all the time, they say, hey, I can do this, I can do that. Let me know. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And but it just for one reason or another it never falls through. But you and I, we've had a relationship before even me cutting hair. So I think it was even still, I think it was still a shock that, we've continued to build it and grow it together. The relationship that we have and the investment that you have in me, just like I have in you, So
Yeah.
I think that shocked me like probably the most in my 3 years, probably one of the more shocking parts.
Well, the reason to that, man, and I appreciate you saying that. By the way, I did not tell him to say that. So it's because you come from a spirit of education, informing, right? Like you teach others. So for
Right.
me, that's what I want. I want to teach others, and that's the part and the point of this podcast is, I mean, how much more wisdom we have that we can share that it would have been valuable to us hearing it at a younger age. So, which is great, man. I appreciate that. What advice would you give to the young person who wants to start a business?
Um, just do it. Talk less, do more. I mean,
Mm,
it sounds really corny. I mean, you see it on Instagram all the time. If you see me talking less, I'm doing more. It sounds really corny, but there's some truth behind it if you really put it into action. Like just like haircutting right now. You've been my client before. I would have been already on the other side of your head, but because we're talking, I'm doing less.
yeah,
You could scale that as high as you want. So in a business, the more you talk, the more advice you get from people. Like it starts to cloud your judgment. It starts to create doubt, more doubt than you already had. Because I mean, starting a business is doubtful. But I would say just do it. There will be risks, though, but the rewards, the feelings you get at the end of the day after like a big day that you have for your business, it's um it's crazy. I mean, I don't want to say it's incomparable to other things because there's other things that bring joy in life, but it's one of the greater joys in life when your business has success, even for just a day or even for just a week. It's one of the greater joys in life. I mean, you have
yeah,
a business yourself. You are a business, even though you work under a group. You still have your own business, just like me. I work under this group that is a private club, but I am my own business. This is my barbering business. I own a supply business, so it's that success is one of the greater joys in life when you have a success. So I would just say just do it
because you build that.
because you
You
built
build
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's you're invested on yourself.
yeah,
So that's great. So so just put your head down and work. That's basically what you're saying. Like, hey, go do it.
yeah.
Stop talking about it.
Kind of
Just
like a horse with the blinders on. You don't
uh,
want to listen to like every the
all
flies
the
or
noise.
all the noise. You kind of
Yeah,
just want to put your head down and do it. And once in a while, it's okay to come up and ask for help or ask for advice.
the right people.
The right people.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to find that balance. So it's hard to find out who the right person is. That's another one.
That's 100% true. 100% true. And that's what we're talking about it. So we can be those people. We can be those blessings to other people. So that's great, man. All right. A fun question. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food, honestly,
What if you had one meal to eat for the rest of your life? What would that be?
one meal to eat for the rest of my life. Um, it's gonna be kind of like out of the way, but there's this one restaurant in Mexicali. It's called Panchitos Mariscos. It's right by the border. They have this like deconstructed sushi bowl, and it has
Oh,
like Philadelphia cheese, rice. It has protein. It's a really good bowl. You could throw in like all the sushi sauce on it or whatever. But I could honestly eat that for the rest of my life because it has enough different than it has enough. It doesn't.
Flavor.
Yeah,
It
it
has
has a
the
lot of
flavor
flavor.
and
Yeah,
everything. Okay.
yeah. I think
Okay.
that's what stands
You
out to me.
know, well, I thought you were gonna go with mariscos, but sushi bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. And you know, yeah, you know, you don't think about it, but whenever you think about your favorite food, like that brings a smile on your face, and we should always have a smile on our face, right?
Yeah.
So we work hard to eat to do our favorite things, but also eat our favorite food.
We
And
do work hard to eat our favorite food. That's right.
yeah, man, it's a satisfaction, right?
Yeah.
It's a satisfaction.
Yeah.
Like, man,
It's a trophy.
yeah, that's awesome, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So now we're going into like really serious, like last one. If you and I pass away tomorrow, what is the best advice you will give to the younger generation?
Just spend time with people that matter and spend time on things that matter. You know, if you find yourself at the end of the night after spending time on or with people or spending time on things that you realize didn't fulfill you, didn't it's called satiating when you're full, you know, you feel full. If you feel at the end of the night you didn't spend that time right, I mean, you know, that should be a message assigned to you. If you wake up with regret, I would just say the next generation spend time doing something that matters to you or with people that matter to you, because there's times where I feel like, oh man, this day kind of just went to waste. Even though I did a lot, it didn't satiate me. It didn't make me feel fulfilled in what my goals are and stuff. So I think if I pass away tomorrow, I would say that just spend more time doing and with people, doing things and with people that satiate you, you know, make you happy.
Yeah, so doing what's more important to you and be with the people that are very important to you. So that's awesome, man. That's great advice. That's something again I wish we knew earlier, right? So this was great. I appreciate the time that you're giving me and everything. Hopefully you all took some notes and making sure like, hey, you can run a business. Just be intentional, work hard, and do what's important to you and what makes you happy.
Right.
So, to the next episode, guys, stay blessed. Take care.
You want